Hello, 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 world. Hello, Van Hackers. Can you hear me? Good evening. Test 1 2 1 2. Hi, everybody. I am Ilya, and I am here for our webinar. Just before we start, as always, can you hear me? Can you see me? Is it working? Sound check, video check. Just write in the chat yes, or it's working or something, just so I know. Привет, Sergey. Hello. Can anyone hear me? How's it working? Okay, great. I'm getting some yeses. It's a little bit of delay, so thanks, guys. Great. Well, let's get started. We have a lot to cover and a lot to talk about, but mostly I want to talk to you and hear your thoughts and your feedback and your questions. So I'm glad to hear things are going well. Hi, everyone. I think we have people from all over the world. So first I want to ask, where is everybody from? So we have people, I saw Sergey from, I guess, Russia or maybe Ukraine or somewhere like that. I see someone from British Columbia, someone from India. I think it was Kumar from India. We had someone from Sao Paulo, Bolivia, Toronto, Brazil. Awesome. Mexico. Hey, Mexico. Portugal. We have another Ilya from Russia, which is awesome. We actually had an Ilya from Russia get hired yesterday, so it's a good day to be Ilya. Nigeria, Ghana, wow, all over the world. A lot of people from Brazil, Fortaleza, Guatemala. Hey, Ruben from Guatemala. James from the UK. Hey, James. Thanks for staying up, hanging out. I owe you a T-shirt. Yes, 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 Ramiro. I owe you. Get one of our new Van Hag T-shirts. So we got new T-shirts now. And yeah, so you guys can see we got new T-shirts, and we'll be sending them out. Ramiro, I definitely owe you a T-shirt. Hey, Juan from Venezuela. Hey, Ruben. So guys, today I just wanted to do a check-in, see how you guys are doing. It's been a while since we've done a webinar, so I wanted to do just an open webinar Q&A, really listening to your questions, understanding what it is you guys are looking for, how we can help, and of course, how we can help you get you hired around the world. So yeah, let's get started. Hi, Camilo. How's it going? I guess today, for those of you who don't know, today is the 4th year anniversary of Van Hack, at least according to LinkedIn. I don't know how this became, because actually our anniversary was June 28th, 3 years of incorporation. But for some reason, I think I changed my LinkedIn status to being working with Van Hack 4 years ago. So 4 years ago today, I started Van Hack, kind of. But yeah, so it's a pretty special day for us. And just, yeah, so that's really exciting. And also, we really just wanted to listen and hear and help you as much as possible, and help you, get you to where you want to go. So if you are looking to get hired, we're here to help. So let's get started. Just listening to your questions, and I'll do my best to answer all of them in the next 52 minutes. AWS Architect, so Harshal, you are in Toronto. If you're in Toronto, email Ash at vanhack.com and he will help get you hired. And so, yeah, Harshal, please send me a message, or sorry, send Ash a message, and apply for our jobs. So that's one thing. So if that's yeah, great. Pedro asked if you get hired in Van Hack, do you get a T-shirt? That's a good idea. Maybe we can think about how to do that. It's a little bit tough logistically, maybe, like how do we figure out where to send it to who in international shipping? But yeah, maybe we'll do this, or we'll have some promotions with T-shirts. I'm not sure exactly how. Cool. George, create a simple procedure checklist with all the stuff necessary to be ready for an interview or actions we could take to find a job. So we actually have that. We have that. It's called How to Rock Your Job Interview, and it's a free course that we have in Van Hack. So we have a lot of free courses in Van Hack, but let me show you this one. Let me find it. Here we go. So this is a free course that we created. It's called How to Rock Your Job Interview, and it should show you everything about what you need to get hired abroad, George. So if it's not enough, there's things we can improve, let us know. We'll definitely try and make that happen. Cool, good question. And guys, just please keep the questions going. I'll just keep answering them as we go. Cool. So we have Nitish from pharmacy. So Van Hack focuses on software engineers, technical talent, developers. Basically how it works, for those of you who might not know, might be the first time here, is we have a job board. app.vanhack.com, or just go to vanhack.com, click I want to get hired, you'll see it. We have hundreds of jobs from around the world, mostly Canada and Europe, and eventually other places too, that sponsor work visas. So if you apply to those jobs, our team will review your application. Of course, first step is create a VanHack profile, upload your resume, fill it out as complete as possible, get verified, which means you verify your English, make sure you have the right English skills to get hired, and then apply to jobs, and our team will get in touch with you. And of course, we have many people applying to jobs on VanHack, so we can't get in touch with everybody, but we're here to help. So we have helped over 450 VanHackers get hired, or sorry, now almost 480. You can see all of our hires here. Just copy and paste that link, or I'll try and find the link there. And yeah, that's how it works. So if there's anything that's not clear, we have an FAQ on our page, things like this. What are the best here? Pedro asks, which do you see as the best to apply for those jobs? Full stack, specialist, back end, front end. Well, so full stack or back end, front end. I would say if you're a full stack engineer, apply to full stack jobs. If you're a front end engineer, or you feel stronger in front end as like the more interesting for you, JavaScript, etc., then focus on that. If you're a back end developer, just apply for your strength, stick to your strength, and that's what you should focus on. Cool. Venkat, certified Scrum Master. So Scrum Masters, I have to say, it's tough for you to get a job as a Scrum Master from abroad into Canada, because usually companies are looking for people who can actually code and produce a product rather than manage a team and manage like a Scrum team. So make sure you actually have technical skills that you can do. So maybe if you're a Scrum Master, if you're open to working as a software engineer, apply to software engineers and create a CV that's focused more on software development rather than Scrum. Cool. My English test was classified. Can't communicate. How good is it from 1 to 10? I'm not sure, Marcus, actually. Can communicate is, for us, just below the level where we need. We need people who are good and fluent. So, yeah. Pedro, yeah, we definitely have tons of jobs in Angular and React. So, if you are interested in Angular and React jobs, we have some jobs actually in Luxembourg. I am actually in Luxembourg right now. That's where I'm doing the webinar from. So, yeah, we do have jobs in those positions, and you can apply just on our line. What kind of jobs are more, Marcelo? And by the way, hey Marcelo, good to see you again. Thanks for your messages today. What kind of programming is Java, C++, Python is required? Well, I mean, there's a lot of, I guess, Python. All those jobs that you mentioned are in demand in Canada, in other countries too. But the point, I would say, like, for everything, guys, just go to Indeed.ca. It's the biggest job board in the world, and go to Indeed.ca or Indeed.de for Germany, etc., for other countries, and just search, and you'll see exactly how many jobs there are for that language you're looking to work in. For example, Alan iOS, Hector for .NET, etc. That's the thing. So all of our jobs, yeah, Nicholas, all of our jobs give sponsor visas, right? So all VanHack jobs, we talk to companies and educate them on how to sponsor visa. We show them the process of sponsoring visa. We guide them through that whole thing. We have immigration consultants in different countries that we work with that make sure that they can go through everything. And so yes, all of our jobs on VanHack sponsor visas. Oluwasen, the meeting has started. I hope you can see us. Okay. How is Luxembourg for data engineers or data architects? Yeah, there's a lot of jobs. Again, for every job you can go on and see, like on Indeed, and just Google like data engineer Luxembourg, etc. How help companies understand the visa process? Yes, exactly. Yeah. So Jose Luis, I think what you're meaning is, like, do we educate the company on the visa sponsor process? Yes, we do. Even if the company is not working with VanHack, we can still educate them. We still have a lot of free material out there. For us, it's more about just educating people and helping first. And the company can use our content and to be able to get through the process. And if you know companies that need help, or you think that they want some help getting hired, or hiring you and going through the visa process, you can introduce them to us. We'll help them with that, and maybe we get some more VanHackers hired that way too. We don't have many jobs in Quebec, Elizabeth. That's true. That's mostly because we just don't have anyone on the team in Quebec. So we might add someone to the VanHack team to work in Quebec and Montreal. But that's really all it is. Just we're small, still kind of small. We're starting out, and we're still growing. And same with Ireland. We don't have any jobs in Ireland just because we don't have anyone on the team there. So we don't have all countries and all locations yet. The goal is to become, the one-stop shop for international tech hiring. So we'll be able to help you get hired anywhere. Cool. Any PNP targeting IT workers? Wanderley? Yeah, there is. There's the BC Tech. BC has a tech PNP program. I know Manitoba and Saskatchewan as well have PNP programs that are very favorable for for tech workers. So yeah, definitely Wonderlight for sure. IDL, there's a lot of jobs for DevOps. Again, let's not talk about specific jobs. All that you guys can Google all these things, like what job is available in what location, guys. I won't answer any questions about is there good jobs for this thing or that thing. Thanks, Lydia. Cool. Hey, Lucas, good to see you here, and congrats on getting hired a couple times with VanHack. So yeah, great work, man. Congratulations. So we have many success cases, as you can see. One is here with us. Probably few are here with us. Cool. Business intelligence. Business intelligence is a tough one because it doesn't really. So business intelligence jobs are not so common, are not so hard to fill in Canada. So companies don't always sponsor those. So that's why there's not that many jobs. Marco, if you have a big family, that's fine. They all get work visas for when you move. So Suthanshu, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, asks, how does VanHack Premium make a difference? So does everyone know what VanHack Premium is, by the way? If you don't, here's a link just for you to check out. So VanHack Premium is our premium members area. It's our school that teaches you how to get hired abroad. It's where we basically give you the skills that you need. So we have like an online English class. We have a resume review. We basically give you more support than just general members. Where especially the biggest thing is the interview training. So we have 16 hours a week of interview training. That's 16 hours, 2 hours a day from Monday to Thursday, and we basically help you prepare for job interviews, understand how to get hired abroad, and that's the biggest difference between VanHack Premium and just general VanHack is that 16 hours a week of English class. If you think about it, $65 a month. That's 8 hours a week, so 32 hours a month. That's like $2 an hour for English, which is pretty unheard of, right? So cool. So Eugene, good question. I'll check your thanks for that feedback. I know sometimes we can't always give feedback individually because we have a lot of applicants, but I'll check your case since you asked me here, and we'll get back to you and figure out what you can do. Hey, Ashra, good to see you from Pakistan. We've helped a couple of people from Pakistan get hired in Canada and in Europe. So yeah, it's really good to see a lot of good devs in Pakistan. Cool. First question, Marcel. First time I asked something, you were in Ireland, advances opening doors, lower the red tape for immigration like Ireland does. You saw it's going to happen. It didn't happen in the last months. So we didn't have too many jobs in Ireland that we got. I was only there for a short time. Really for this year, we're focusing more on Canada. We're just seeing that there's just so much demand for Canada in terms of talent and jobs that we're just seeing that it's just like such a big market. And so we're really focusing there. But of course, we have other jobs in other places. How much time it takes on average between find a job? Man, Victor, that is such a hard question. The average time to find a job abroad, it's impossible to say. It depends on so many factors, right? There's many things like your English level, your technical skills, your how much effort you're putting into it, these kind of things, right? So I feel like if you're ready, if you're prepared, then it shouldn't take long. We've had VanHackers get hired. We had a VanHacker recently get hired in less than a month of being on VanHack. You can see the webinar we did, or the success case video we did on our YouTube channel and our blog. His name is Andres. He's from Estonia. He got hired in less than a month. And so now he's actually living in Canada. But if you aren't ready, then you're not ready, right? It's a big difference, and everyone's different. So I really can't tell you, Victor, but our goal at VanHack is to make that process faster. So maybe if it would have taken you 2 years, with Van Heck, it will take one or something like this. I don't know. Yeah, Wilson, there's not many QA jobs just because there's not much demand for QA from abroad. Usually you can find QA engineers in Canada decently easily, or like in other countries too. Just give it some water. All right. Guys, we have almost 200 people here, which is awesome. So thank you all so much for joining me. I know some of you are joining me at like 5 in the morning or 6 in the morning or something like this. So for those of you guys in India and in Nigeria and all those places, that's like really late or early in the morning. Thank you so much for being here. It's really nice to see, and I hope this adds value to you. And if you have any questions, please ask. We're here to help. Cool. So Sao Paulo event, yes. People are asking about Sao Paulo event. So we did have a really good Sao Paulo event. We're trying to figure out when and where the next event will be. We're considering having an event in another country just because we've done 2 events in the same place. And we're thinking maybe good to give Van Hackers in other parts of the world an opportunity. So we're kind of brainstorming right now internally where it might be. So probably the next event won't be in Brazil. It probably will be in either somewhere in Eastern Europe or somewhere in Asia. Just because we see that there's a lot of Van Hackers in other places, and we want to give them an opportunity, or maybe we do 2 events or 3 events or something like this. It's a lot of work on our team. Like we have a small team, and finding all the rooms and it's a lot of work, and like that's not really our core business. But it is an interesting thing, and a lot of Van Hackers got hired. So we're trying to figure out how to do that and balance it. So I'm not sure is the answer, but we're definitely actively debating, thinking, preparing, and working on this here in our team. So more questions. Despite applying or getting calls for interview, yeah, Kumar, or I guess Natil, this is something you can just DM our team. That's something that I would say. Hey Dan in Kenya, really cool to see you here. I've been to Tanzania, so close by, but never been to Kenya. After having a job offer, yes, it's very easy to get a work visa in British Columbia for sure. Not many opportunities. Well, what do you mean telecom engineer, Jeremy? I'm trying to figure out what that means. Like what kind of telecom engineer? Cool. French not required. Watoyin. Yeah, so again, this is something, just our team is small and we have a lot of applicants and we need to get feedback. I know it's something that we're really trying to figure out how to improve internally, even if it's just to say no. A lot of times what happens is we don't get feedback from the company, so we can't tell you. So it's kind of like this, cycle. And really, we want to improve this. Again, it's something we're really working hard on. If you have any specific questions, you can mention someone from our team, right? So we'll try and get back to you soon. Especially ask Larissa in the Van Hack group. So I would say at Van Hack Larissa, and she can get back to you. Okay, so message her if you guys have any questions in the Van Hackathon Slack. And you guys should all be in that Slack because that's where we chat. Yeah, network engineers is not something that companies hire from abroad for, unfortunately. Jose Luis, you brought up an interesting point, making a recruiting fair in Canada. Yes. So for those of you who don't know, we did a recruiting fair in Canada in May where we had 20 developers from around the world fly to Canada, fly to Toronto for recruiting fair. And 7 of them got hired. So not bad. Almost 40%, 35%, I guess. And so we thought, well, how can we improve this, change this, get this better, etc. And one thing that we saw that was a problem is that all the developers that came were men, and we started thinking like there's something wrong here. Why is it just guys that came? And we did some research and we saw that the biggest challenge for female engineers or women was that they couldn't. They just couldn't afford it, and they couldn't take the time off, or they had children, or they had to get a babysitter, etc. And this was something that we thought was a problem, and we're thinking, how can we solve this? So we'll have an announcement eventually soon. Stay tuned for a new recruiting fair that we're doing to help solve this problem. We'll be in touch with that soon. Anyway, cool. all of our, yeah, you get a closed work permit. Actually, if you get a job with Van Hack in Canada, Julio, you get a closed work permit, which means your work permit is tied to the company, and so you need to work for that company in order to get to stay in Canada. You can't just leave to another company. And after 1 year, you can apply for the work permit and get your PR. Sorry, apply for the PR, and then basically be a Canadian without the right to vote, which is the difference between PR and citizen. And then after 2 more years, you can be a Canadian citizen. Yes, Erwin, we do help you apply for improve your English with Van Hack Premium. So Erwin, just join Van Hack Premium, vanhack.com/premium here, and you will be able to improve your English with our 32 hours of English practice per month. So definitely you can get. Tolu, you asked this question twice. I'm sorry I didn't answer before. You do not need a diploma to get hired, and it doesn't matter where you're from. So if you're from Nigeria or Ghana or Venezuela, whatever, doesn't matter. You don't need a diploma. Sergey, same question. You do not need a diploma, computer science degree, any degree at all to get hired in Canada. In Germany as well, you don't need. And I believe other countries too, like the Netherlands, you don't need. I think governments are realizing that computer science degrees or any degree is not an indication of how good of a tech professional you are as a software engineer. So they're really much more open to hiring you or giving you the visa. If the company says you're good, then they'll give you a visa. No audio. Can you guys hear me? I have these different headphones, so maybe it's this. Can you guys hear me? Test 1 2. Just checking in. Can I have some water as well? Woohoo. Everyone can hear me? Yes? No? All right, cool. Thanks, guys. So refresh. Van Hack Premium Resume Review are based on the skills listed in the sheet of Van Hackers Hired. No, Guilherme, Van Hack Resume Review is based on your skills. We just want to help you improve your resume and give you personal feedback. Cool. Glad to hear that it's clear. Marcus, no, there is no date yet for the next Sao Paulo Fair. We're not sure when we'll have it. You do not need an IELTS or English exam, Andre, so that's a common question we get. No, you do not need to take TOEFL or IELTS if you want to get a job, but you need IELTS General in order to get the PR in Canada. Tolu, no, you do not need a degree or diploma in order to get a job in Canada. Okay, so that is no, you don't. So if you don't have one, you're good. You can still get hired. Yeah, so don't worry about your degree. Worry about your tech skills. How about an open statistic showing data on average time to be hired, hires by specialty, how the hired fit in the requirements, and so on? Pembertil, that's pretty hard. I don't know if we can get this data, but we do have this data here about hires per, like all of our hires all time. So you can see where most of our hires came from, what skills they were, etc. Eduardo, yes, jobs on Van Hack do offer relocation for your family. Different packages for different companies. Some larger companies probably offer more, smaller companies, etc. Taiwo, no, you do not need IELTS at all. Okay, IELTS is not needed. Cybersecurity jobs, Salo, those are more rare, so we don't have that many. Most of our jobs are like, backend Java developer or like data engineer or React developer. Like it's kind of senior dev jobs. Those are the harder to find ones, and that's what companies look for. Yeah, you're right, Leonardo. Fortaleza, definitely we should go to Fortaleza somehow and do an event there. I agree, but there's only so many people on our team, and we can't just go everywhere, unfortunately. Maybe we'll do a Van Hack meetup in Fortaleza. Mobile development markets, yeah, there's a lot of them. Management positions, very rarely, Gustavo. Most of the time it's developer positions, developer roles. Google marketing marketing jobs, rarely. Most companies don't need to hire internationally for these jobs. Yes, so Fabiano, yes, you all need to book an English test on Van Hack. In order to get a job on Van Hack, you need to be verified. In order to be verified, you need to book an English exam test. You'll get an email about it. And you should book it, and you have to go. Another thing is very important. If you do not come to if you mark an English test with Van Hack and you cancel 2 times, you cannot take it again for like 2 months. Okay, because many people book it and they just say, oh, I'm just gonna book it, and then something else happened, and I'm gonna stop. I'm not going to go, whatever. Like, this is serious. We pay for the people's time if they come, and you don't, like, if you cancel, we lose money. So don't don't cancel, please. It's not a lot of money, but it's still annoying, and it's kind of disrespectful to to us as a company and people. So I'm just saying this because it's happened a few times recently, and I prefer for it not to happen. I'll send you the Slack link now. One sec, guys. I'm just gonna get it. All right, and hold on. All right, done. So if you haven't joined the Slack, join it there. All right. Machine learning jobs. Yeah, probably. I'm not sure, but there should be Everton. There's always need for machine learning for sure. Mauricio, yeah, IELTS certificate is acceptable. Just email them your IELTS certificate, and we'll verify your English. As long as it's 6 and above, you should be okay. All company has an agreement with government to offer a visa. So in Canada, there's a new visa process called the Global Talent Stream visa, and basically you can, any company can sponsor the visa of a developer. Hey Yuri, how are you? Good to see you here. I've shared our talk on LinkedIn. Oh, thanks. Guys, if you're enjoying this webinar, please share it on social media. I forgot to ask, but yeah, maybe some of your friends would want to join and learn more about how to get hired abroad. So yeah, please join, or please share and help other people. There's jobs for everyone. H, very cool name, H, asks, what about fresh graduate without experience? Unfortunately, we don't have many jobs for you. Most jobs in Van Hack require like 3 or more years experience, and mostly for software engineers. So like geologists, managers, things like this. Those aren't really, and again, guys, you can just see all of our jobs. Like, you don't need to keep asking me about these questions. You just, just go to this link here, okay? Our jobs are there. Just apply there, and yeah, that's it. Pretty easy. Just gonna broadcast this here so you can see. All right, cool. So yeah, all these questions about XYZ job, just go to our job board or Google it or look it on Indeed. There's a lot of information out there. Cool. So other questions about other things? Yeah, I'm sorry, H. I know it's not my fault. It's what the market wants. Hey, Ashfar, good to see you here. What's up? Yeah, having Wes Wonderlay definitely helps. So yeah, it helps. What do you think? Co-op business intelligence. Yeah, co-op business intelligence. It's hard to get a co-op internationally. Like, co-op is usually for students. So if you do like a university in Canada, then you can do a co-op. That's easier, but not like, just doing like a international co-op. Co-op usually means you're studying in a university and you're doing it like as part of your studies. Rafael, so I already answered this about Sao Paulo event, but just again, we're not sure. We're debating when to do the next event, where to do the next event. So it most likely won't be in Sao Paulo. If we do another recruiting fair, it'll probably be in another country. Yeah, we'll keep you updated. Do you offer the support to apply to companies like TopTal and Freelance Remote? Not really, Eduardo. Those are more like our competitors. So yeah, we don't support getting hired at other companies because, yeah. Okay. Юра, да, хочешь говорить по-русски? Ты можешь, если хочешь, but I think better we should speak in English for everybody, just because, yeah. Yes, the webinar should be recorded for after, for sure. So yes, we'll put this on YouTube. Jair, what bootcamp do I recommend? I like Lighthouse Labs. They're pretty good. So check out lighthouselabs.ca. Yeah. Bernardo, yeah, I think internships could count. So speak Portuguese. There's many videos of me on YouTube speaking Portuguese. Just Google that. Cool. Guilherme, it's better to be, good question. So generalist or specialist? Good question. So in Brazil and many countries, developers become more generalist. They work with many different programming languages because there's just a need to do many different things. In Canada and other countries, it's better to be a specialist. So if you're going to be like a front end engineer, be like a really good front end developer. If you're going to be a DevOps engineer, be a really good DevOps engineer, etc. So focus on your specialty and be good at that and apply for jobs in that area, and that's much better. I would say, Kate, three or more years experience is required. Daniele, yeah, that you understood correctly. Unfortunately, all those other types of jobs are not needed really in terms of like getting people from abroad to fill those jobs. So we just don't have those types of jobs in VanHack. The biggest skills gap right now in Canada is senior developer jobs. So, 1 second. Just gotta check something here, guys. Yura, I don't think it's a problem. Doesn't matter how old you are. Yura just asked a question about age. For those of you who can't read Russian, he's 37. So it's about age. So there's no right or wrong age to get hired abroad. Yeah, you can't really say like there's X year or X years experience, X years old. Like actually, the older you are in terms of like working as a developer for more years, then the better. So, yeah, I would say there's no wrong age. There's no right age. So yeah, if you're 37, that's actually great. Yeah, the older you are, the more years experience you are, the better. I don't think it really exists. If it does age, as you said, I don't know. I think it's more how good you are, what kind of years experience you have, and how you fit into what the company's looking for. No, you do not need a diploma, guys. I've answered that a couple times. So the process: find a job abroad, apply, make interview, get hired. Yeah, Gabber, it's really that simple. I mean, of course, it doesn't happen for everyone. We only, I would say, accept about 4% of all applicants get sent to the company. So we do have a very tight, tough, process to actually get people into the jobs. Because of course, like we have 180,000 members, and we've only had like 500 hires, so it's a big difference. Our job as a VanHack is to take all the people that are interested in getting hired abroad and find the best ones and make the best connections. And of course, we can't always be making the connections. We're working on broadening that number, and we want to go from 500 to 5,000 and 50,000 in the future, of course. But it takes time and to make the connections and stuff like that. So yeah, that's our vision. Yes, Natil, everyone gets a PR for your family. So if you get a PR, it's not just you. No Scrum Master roles, no. Eshio, I can't pronounce your name. Esiohi, I think I said right. I hope I did right. So Esiohi, no Scrum Masters, it's more no managers, it's much more developers. Have you some briefs about IT jobs in Japan? No, we don't, Yuri. We don't have IT jobs in Japan on VanHack, but maybe in the future, who knows? So other cities, I'm guessing you're talking other cities in Canada, other than Toronto or Vancouver. So Saskatoon, Winnipeg, Kelowna, Calgary, Halifax are all really good cities. Waterloo. Actually wrote a blog post, smaller. Let's see if you could find it here. Yeah, Canadian cities with growing tech markets. So check out this blog post I wrote about exactly answering this question. And you can see other places. I would add Calgary to that list. Saskatoon, I don't think I mentioned in that list. So yeah, 3D artists can learn. Yeah, there's a ton of jobs for 3D artists, not on VanHack, but there are many jobs for sure. Parth, you asked a really good question. Online persona. Your online persona is the most important, or other than your personal persona, your online persona is incredibly important for your international job hunt. Think about it. The company will not be able to meet you in person. So what they will see, they'll see your LinkedIn profile. They'll see your, GitHub account. They'll see your resume. They'll see any videos that you might have. They'll see all the things you've done online, your blog. So the more legitimate you can make your online persona look, the more credible you can make yourself look. So yeah, like LinkedIn, Medium, technical accounts, code samples, all that stuff. That is super relevant, right? And that's super helpful. So Yeah, I think that the better and the stronger your online persona is, the better. Jobs in Spain. Yes, we do have jobs in Spain, Israel. We have jobs in Spain for Ruby developers. You can just go on to VetHack and search that. But we have Ruby developers, Elm developers, and one more that I'm forgetting now. But Spain, we have Ruby, Elm, and full stack Java and JavaScript jobs. So yeah, we have a ton of, or like, yeah, 3 jobs. Marcus, am I a developer? I wish I was a developer. I tried so hard to learn how to be a developer. My brother's a very good front end developer, but I am not. Yes, Sergey, definitely open source contributions are a huge asset. Companies just want to see your GitHub. Like, think about it. If you're a developer, what would you want to see in another developer to work with that person, right? Like, you just want to see the person can code, that they can speak well, that they're not, um, they're not a bad person. And then that's really the most important stuff, right? So if you can show international experience, or sorry, open source experience, or just generally show your code, that's definitely a positive. Um, no, Karina, not right now. We don't have business analyst and project manager jobs. We have more technical jobs like software engineering positions, DevOps, etc. Cool. All right, another break here for some water. All right, guys. One more question, one more request. If you're enjoying this content, if this is helping you, please share this on your LinkedIn, on your Facebook, on your Twitter. Just copy and paste the link that I sent to you to sign up here and say, this is a good webinar, please. And more people will join. It would be awesome. And then, that'll help them. Who knows? Egg Hiji, Python developer signed up. You were rejected by some vague reasons. I don't know, because I wasn't the one who was going through your profile, Egg Hiji. But if you want to maybe email contact@vanhack.com. If you guys have any questions, our team will get in touch. Canada has a period of validation when you get a job, like in Brazil. I don't know what that means, so I'm not sure. How do you make sure that all applications are reviewed by recruiters when you applied? Well, we tell them to review all the applications. That's the first thing. I guess there's no way to really make sure people do anything. But yeah, we just trust in our team and make sure that they do the best jobs. Someone, or Brainial, just asked if there are Nigerians who got hired in VanHack. The answer is yes. I believe it's 4 Nigerians so far, 2 ladies and 2 men, 2 coming to Luxembourg, 1 in Malta, and another one, oh man, where is he going to? Yeah, Malta, Luxembourg, and Berlin. Yeah, and 1 in Berlin. So yeah. Marcus, Spanish skills are important in one of the job, the full stack Java job, Java JavaScript job. You need Spanish, and the other job you don't. Like Elm, if there's any Elm developers here, like anyone works with Elm, we are really looking for someone who works with Elm. If you are, send me an email, or actually send an email to Christy@vanhack.com with your resume and apply to this job right here, because we really need more Elm developers. So here you go. I don't know if anyone here works with Elm. It's pretty rare scale, but yes, Elm is ELM, Elm. Or if you're interested in working in it, if you have some personal project in it, there's a company that's hiring like 5 Elm engineers. Freelance is definitely considered experience. George, we do not have Drupal engineers. You can just look on the VanHack job board for this. Yeah, I think Drupal is becoming less and less popular. I'm not hearing many jobs in Drupal, so I would just focus maybe on regular PHP, but I might be wrong. Welding engineers, prints, unfortunately, no. Our jobs are developer jobs for technical jobs. So yeah. Yes, Guilherme, VanHack is a great question. Is VanHack partnering with companies of all sides? All sizes. Yes, Guilherme. Very good question. And the answer is definitely. We have companies that we work with that are hundreds of thousands of people. So like giant companies that are global, international companies that have, like literally hundreds of thousands of employees, or at least tens of thousands of employees. And we have companies that have one or two employees that are just starting out. So it's a very broad range. Most of the jobs at VanHack, most of the companies at VanHack are with medium companies, with companies that have maybe 50 to 200-300 employees that are growing. That's kind of the companies that are in VanHack. So yeah, great question. Pedro, React is much more popular right now, I think, than Angular. Although both we have jobs for both. But yeah, yeah, Edwin, Drupal App Innovation. That's the only company I know that works with them too. Good call. Yes, Java definitely. Mayarira, I hope I'm saying your name right. Definitely, we do have many Java positions, so it is a good skill. We do have remote, and you can also just look on the VanHack job site. If you look at our job board, there is a button there to check like the filter, and if you click on the filter, you'll see only remote jobs. Right now, we have I believe 3 remote jobs, so you can apply to those jobs. There are not many jobs, but we have some. Cool. Marco, yeah, we do have a Golang job right now in Canada. So if you are working with Golang, you should apply to this position because we are actively looking for Golang engineers for this job. So I'm going to go over some jobs that we have that are hiring and some skills. First, Eduardo, statistics: 200,000 open jobs for developers in Canada. 200,000. Vue.js, yeah, two people asking about Vue.js. Yeah, Vue.js is definitely growing. We're seeing it more and more. Companies are requiring it. Still, React is the main JavaScript library that people are asking for. But yeah, Thales, yeah, we do have game developer jobs for sure. So if you want, what kind of send me your profile. So yeah, we do have game developer jobs, definitely. Yeah, Vue, people are really liking Vue. I'm seeing a lot more people enjoying Vue.js. I kind of can see it creeping up. So yeah, who needs more data engineers? I don't know. Canada, Netherlands, they both need a lot, so I wouldn't worry about it. What does apply to be verified mean? Oh, good question. That should be much more clear. Oh, thanks, Parth. That's really nice to hear. Guilherme, yes, we do move whole families. Douglas, sorry, hold on. Douglas, you do not have a lot of unless intermediate or beginner Elm experience. Douglas is good enough for the job. So Douglas, if you want to email Christy at vanhack.com with your resume, if you have even a little bit of Elm experience or an interest in Elm, we have a job at one of Spain's top startups that just received a huge investment, like millions of euros. So if you want to work with Elm and you want to live in beautiful Barcelona, eat paella all day, and go to the beach in the winter, you can try working with this job here. Wow, let me see what happened to our filter. Oh, I see now. Okay. Wow, we really need to improve this website. Okay. Yeah, here's the job. All right. I have 1 million questions. What should I do to get a job offered? Apply to jobs on VanHack. That's pretty much the most important thing. And watch our courses. So one thing I'll say, what's up, Ash? One thing I'll say is you should watch the videos that we have on VanHack. A lot of people don't know this, but we have a ton of free courses on VanHack. We should make this more obvious, I think. But we have like these courses here. All of these courses are, open for you, helping you get hired. So I would just learn as much as possible. Yeah, and then apply for jobs. So how do I filter by skills in the website? Rodolfo, it's on the front page. There's a big search bottom. You could just check there. Is that not clear? If it's not clear, we should fix it. How much time to keep job offers in the portal? As long as they're still open, we keep them. So some of our jobs, Ruben, for example, like we have a few jobs that are hiring as many good developers as they can find. So we keep them there just because we always are getting applicants and we're always sending those applicants to the company and we're doing the process all the time. So yeah. Help desk, no, we do not help with that. We don't help with help desk. All right, guys. Place on VanHack Premium to upload my resume. Yeah, there is a place to upload your resume. If you go to your VanHack profile, you should be able to just upload your resume. There's a big upload button right. Sorry, no, that's for your picture. If you click on Oh yeah, there should be a button right in here. Interesting. Yeah, that's a really good point. You have to run the wizard in order to, huh? Okay, we found a not good UX. Cool. Um, that's where you should upload your resume. All right, I'm gonna share some skills that we're really looking for right now. Oh, okay, that's also good. Template's not working, so things to fix. I'm gonna this is good. Fix templates. Right, taking taking some notes here, guys. Thank you. Cool. MF just means male, female. Don't worry. I can fix that. Yeah, I know, guys. I know. So one idea that I always keep having, and maybe I'm crazy about this, but maybe our tech team won't be too happy when I say this, but I think we should make VanHack open source, our platform, and just have all Van Hackers contribute to it. The problem is, how do we actually manage this and make, like, not have it be crazy? But there's so many features in VanHack that we could all be building together, and like the Van Hackers that are contributing more will obviously be the ones that are better at like more engaged and obviously better developers, and we can show the code that you've built on the VanHack website to like employers. So that's just something I've had as an idea for like over a year now, but it's something we need to figure out with our current tech team how that works, and we don't want to interrupt their flow, and they're also very they have their own system, and we don't want to just be a bunch of people who are doing like half projects. So yeah, I would love some input or ideas from the community as open source works, to see if this is actually something you'd want or actually would work on, because we don't want people just a lot of people when we say this, it sounds great. It sounds like a really beautiful idea. And awesome. That's really cool, Diego, that you could contribute. Thank you. But how long would you contribute? How long would you actually get the feature done? That kind of thing. And we feel like that's the challenge of open source, is like how long people will actually be engaged, and like we don't want you to be working for us for free, and we don't want to feel like we're taking advantage of you, etc. So like there's that balance, and I'm trying to figure out what that looks like, and I don't know what that would be, but maybe we have like a part of the system that's open source. Like of course we're not going to open source our database. So yeah, but I think it would just be really cool if there was like a part of VanHack that was open source, maybe like just our React front end app or something, and then and then exactly, Van Hackers can create our portfolio, and then we can like see who's actually been merging good code into it, and that could be like even our part of our coding test is like how well if your what's it called, pull requests are are oh man, it's like 2 a.m. here right now, so if they're accepted. So anyway, I'm just gonna stop talking about this crazy idea, but who knows? Yeah, show your portfolio. With that being said, one thing I think talk about is yes, open GitHub. So if you have a GitHub account, this is really important to have like good code on your GitHub account. Even if you don't have a lot, just have good code examples on your GitHub. It's really important. Igor, Ottawa, yes, we help with Ontario. We don't have jobs in Ottawa yet, but is VanHack on GitHub? Yeah, we are. So what is our GitHub? I think it's just, yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, github.com/vanhack, as you would expect. So I don't know if you want to. We have a ton of actually projects here from Van Hackers from one of the last Van Hackathons we did. So if you want to see that, there's a bunch of Van Hackers who created projects from different things. So yeah. Another thing I thought about sometimes is like yeah, good news. I like your name, good news. We have many React developer jobs. So yeah, check out app.vanhack.com. But anyway, sorry, I'm just going off the weeds here. All right. Hui, good question here. I would like to know about areas of companies, especially more absorbed. Second, I have programming background, program skills, and fairness. Yeah, so Hui, you should get like programming skills to be able to apply for the jobs in VanHack. Danilo, what regions with IT-driven programs besides BC do you mean for like the PMP programs? Like there's like all across Canada, there's like a ton of programs, projects, etc., being created for IT to bring IT developers to the country. So yeah, cool guys. We got about 5 more minutes here, so let's wrap it up with some last questions. Thanks, Iguarov. That's really nice to hear. I appreciate it. Hello, hello. I am back. Can you guys hear me? Sorry, I refreshed the page. Yeah, sorry guys. I meant to take a screenshot of what was said there, but I refreshed the page. Man. Sorry about that. I'm back. Can you hear me? Okay, yeah, I'm back. Great, sweet. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't mean to give you guys a scare. Cool. All right. So H keeps asking the same question. Yes, C++ research. It's not really considered experience. It's good, and we do have a company that's looking for 3 years of C++ work. So H, if you are interested in working with C++, we do have a C++ job. Wow, we really need to improve this. Okay. Wow, okay. That's really awful. Okay, sorry, we need to fix our search filter. I can't even search for a C++ job on our website. Anyway, there's a C++ job. I'll find it and send it to you. Yeah, or you can try and find it. But yeah. Okay, cool. So video production, Helena, unfortunately, there's not too many jobs from abroad that hire from abroad. I suggest you do a college and then get a job that way. Full stack or backend, Coyote, that's tough. I mean, there's jobs for both of those, so I wouldn't worry about it. Yeah, you're right. You do need to have work experience. So that is the answer. There are Merlot jobs for for spring. So, and there are definitely a lot of AWS jobs. Is the beer good in Canada? Great question. All right. Yes, the beer is very good in Canada. All right. I think officially we've crossed the line into no longer relevant questions about tech. So let's wrap things up. Cool. Guys, again, any questions about specific skills, just literally you can just Google it or look on Indeed. So yeah. What about software requirement engineer? I don't know what that does. Yes, Guillermo, we do have a 30-day money back guarantee for Van Hack Premium. So if you join and 2 weeks in, you're not happy, you think, oh, this job. Thanks, Edwin, for finding that. If Van Hack Premium isn't worth the value to you, we happily refund the money. For us, Van Hack Premium, honestly, guys, it's not really a financial product for us. Like, we're not like with Van Hack Premium, we don't make a lot of money. We make our money when you get hired. So our value is about helping you be ready to get hired and preparing you as much as possible. So we make Van Hack Premium very cheap. Like, if you think about the price for how much you get, it's very, very cheap. It's probably the cheapest per hour English course for developers you'll find. Not probably, definitely. So yeah, if you don't like it and whatever, 29 days in, 30 days in, even 35 days in, it's really not a big deal. We're not very strict with that. It's more just, we want to make sure you're happy. That's it. No, you do not need a college degree. I said that 15 times. We have an FAQ, guys. You know that, right? My pleasure, Nicholas. Thank you for being here. Mayra, thank you. Pedro, thank you. Paulo and Danilo, thank you as well. Eduardo, aging is not a problem. Definitely not. The more experience you have, the better. All right, guys. It's coming to 1:59 a.m. here in Europe, so I will wrap it up. Thank you all for participating. For those of you who shared this this link on social media, thank you. For those of you who haven't yet, please do. Please share, at least just vanhack.com on your social media. Just say this site is cool or whatever. We definitely will have many more webinars in the future. We have a webinar about every 2-3 weeks. Namaste. Thanks so much, guys. It was a pleasure sharing with you guys, helping you get better and helping you get hired. We're almost at 500 Van Hackers hired, which is really exciting. Our goal was to get to 1,000 by the end of this year. I don't know if we'll get there because it's like basically doubling the amount of hires we had for 4 years and like in 5 months. But even if we get to like 600, 700, 800 Van Hackers hired, we're really trying to get to as many as possible, help you guys all and be as transparent as possible about it. Cool. And yeah, if you have any other questions, just email contact@vanhack.com or join the Slack. We'll be there. All right, cool. Thanks so much for all your support, your energy. For those of you who stayed up late to be here, thank you. And good night. Bye.